When I was scrolling social media in last few days, I came across few different people mentioning that if you are tired of paying someone else's mortgage, means you are renting, then you should buy your own home. What is wrong with this advice is when you are scrolling through social media, you're looking at someone else's reels or short form videos, which is mostly a minute long or a minute and a half long. The advice that they're giving, I'm not saying that there is something wrong with that advice, but it it lacks context. Means they don't know a specific situation, but when they're sharing this kind of advice, what is happening is the people who are listening to that for a minute and they're making up their minds based on, if there are multiple people saying that this is what I should be doing, then I'm gonna do that. What happens is when you listen to those advices which are in short form videos, you're not getting the actual context of what they're trying to say, what they're trying to convey. So what ended up happening is you listen to those advice and you take action based on that. And since they don't know your own situation, then that advice doesn't apply to you most of the times. So what you should be doing is when you come across this kind of advice based videos on any short form platforms, you should either go to their pages and get some context on it, or you should contact that person or the person you're working with as realtor, that I'm getting this advice. Does this apply to my situation? This is what my situation looks like. Is it really good for my situation too, or is it just a generic advice? When you get a generic advice in a minute, then it doesn't always apply to your specific situation. So it's always good to find out if it actually applies to you or not. And that is the same reason I don't make videos like that where I'm just giving out advices and I'm not giving any context of who should follow this advice, who shouldn't do that. And that's why when you see someone doing that, refrain from just taking action based on watching a minute long video. Get more context on it, get an advice from that same person. You can reach out to that same person, or you can reach out to someone who you are working with and get to the bottom of this and find out if it actually applies to you or not. I came across similar videos multiple times where you're not getting any context and you're just getting blanket advices that this is what you should do, this is what you should do. When you look at multiple videos, you think that there are a lot of people mentioning the same things. I think that must be true and I should follow the same thing. You shouldn't do that. Always look for a context of what they are trying to say. Almost do your own research to an extent. I know that you are working with a realtor to get those advices, but it doesn't always mean that the advice that they're giving applies to 100 people or 1,000 people who are watching the videos.